Welcome, Freedom's Pep Rally, brought to you by the Gun Shop on Coney Circle in Augusta. I'm John James. For those just joining us on the video stream, happy new week, happy new season. It's spring now, and young man's thoughts turn to, is that what it is? Young man's heart, young man's fancy. Fancy is what it is. I don't know why, fancy. A young man's fancy turns to thoughts of, I forget what we are supposed to be thinking about now. All I'm thinking about is politics and the inept president and vice president we have right now in office, and the horrible crisis going on at the border. That's all I can think about. Although I did take a respite this weekend. I had a couple little boys on my lap yesterday, 3 and 2 respectively, and they wanted to watch Mickey Mouse in my office. So we spent an hour or so watching Mickey Mouse, and it was just great. Oh, Toodles! Does that sound familiar? Probably doesn't sound familiar to a lot of people. Hot dog, hot diggity dog. That sound familiar to you? Yeah, and there's what is it? Mickey's Clubhouse or something. The songs are just continuously looping through my head, which is far preferable to the dreams I had been having about the country going down the toilet. So I kind of like this. I kind of like this more, actually. Welcome to the show. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. Happened over the weekend, late last week. And you need to know. We want you to know. And I will let you know, because that is my job here at Legacy 1160 WSKW, to keep you in the know on what is going on. So stay where you are. Let's take a quick break here for what's going on in history. In years past, it is the Associated Press, and today is the 22nd of March.
March 22nd, 1765. Britain enacts the Stamp Act to raise money from its American colonies. But the colonies balk at taxation without representation, and the act is repealed the next year. The conflict helped set the stage for the American Revolution in the following decade. 1987, a barge carrying 3,200 tons of garbage leaves New York's Long Island on a 6-month journey in search of a place to unload. Several states and 3 countries turn away the so-called garbage barge before space is found, back where the journey began. 1997, Tara Lipinski becomes the youngest women's world figure skating champion at age 14 years and 10 months.
I never expected it, and especially not this year. Going into Worlds, I was just thinking about my skating, and it was a big shock, but I love it.
1963. The Beatles released their first album, Please Please Me, in Britain. And 1948.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Also in Britain, composer Andrew Lloyd Webber is born in London. Among his musicals, Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, Cats, and The Phantom of the Opera. Today in history, March 22nd. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press.
Oh, there you go. Okay, we're underway here. We're going. We're good to go. The show streams are brought to you by the Harry J. Smith Company on Sanger Avenue in Waterville. That's our audio stream. There for you 24/7 at legacy1160.com. The video stream is also there at legacy1160.com. It's also on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, all powered by Moody's Collision Centers, locations throughout Maine. The video stream runs from 6 to noon only. And there you go. There you have it. There she blows. Welcome to the first spring show of the year. Oh, isn't that nice? Not really, I know. We've got a 9:20 right now, and where do we begin? That's always the question I ask. I'll tell you right where we begin today. I'll tell you we begin with the unstoppable Donald J. Trump. Why? Why is he so unstoppable, you might ask? Well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Donald Trump, of course, he was one of the most prolific tweeters, one of the most prolific social media people in the history of social media. Served him well. Didn't serve that well. It served them well, too. How many people quit Twitter after Donald Trump was banned? For life. How many? I imagine quite a few. Well, there, for Jack Dorsey and for Mark Zuckerberg, there, boy, oh boy, there, thanks to their, see, had they just left well enough alone and let free speech be free speech, they would be reigning supreme. But they literally put the welcome mat out for competition by destroying anything conservative they didn't agree with, by using their feelings, because we can't have things that are untrue. Well, look, if you're not making threats, people say things that are false all the time. And it's up to the individual who ingest the facts or the presumed facts. If they sound a little hard to believe, then it's up to the individual to research and find out, I wonder if that's true. Is that true? I'd better check it. But no, that's not what Facebook and Twitter want. That's not what Dorsey and Zuckerberg want. If they don't feel that it's true, and I'm not talking about whether it's true or not. Take, for example, hydroxychloroquine and the frontline doctors. They rejected all of that out of hand. And these were medical doctors. Rejected it. Not true. It's fake news. It's false. We're deleting it. We're not allowing it to stand. We had 2 of our shows deleted from the platform, Facebook, and I'm not sure about YouTube or the other ones, for promoting the frontline doctors. Deleted. The shows were deleted. I couldn't even access them. They were gone. Well, they've put the welcome mat out. So now there's going to be they may live to regret it. They may not. I mean, these guys are richer than God. Now, anyway, Mark Zuckerberg, if I were him, I would just retire and enjoy my family. Same with Jack Dorsey. But, these people are driven. Look at Bill Gates. Bill Gates could have retired long ago without making such a fool of himself and trying to be an expert or trying to seem like an expert on everything. Now, that, in my book, that is fake news. That ought to be flagged. And if all things are even, then Bill Gates should not be able to be allowed to tweet about the vaccine, about COVID rules, about mask wearing, because he's not in his lane. Stay in your lane, Bill Gates. That lane is Windows. Windows, perfect Windows 10, or make Windows 11 foolproof and safe, and then you'll be in your lane and you'll be thanked. But when you're telling people they're going to have to switch over to fake meat so we can't eat real meat anymore, and you tell people that your vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, is the one that's going to save the world, you're not in your lane. You have veered off the road like a Tiger Woods story. You have veered off into the trees and flipped over. You've rolled a few times. All right, Bill Gates. So, but they don't cancel that. They don't cancel that. Facebook does not silence Bill Gates or people like him. They silence you and me. If they feel, why? Well, because it's all about,
Feeling.
there you go. A little late, but better late than never, I guess, huh?
Nothing more than feeling.
That's what it is. If it feels good, or if it feels bad, delete it. If it feels good, exalt it. Promote it. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, Lord, let it be. If the post makes people feel good, let it be. Let it be. And if it doesn't make people feel good, then label it as false and delete it, or put a disclaimer on it and ban the person who posted it for 30 days or 90 days or whatever it is. I know the penalty is 90 days for pages. Trust me, I know firsthand. I've got a very well-populated page, over 56,000 likes, that has been pretty much shadow banned for the last 60 days. Another 30 to go if we don't piss somebody else off, and maybe we'll get some coverage again. We can't even advertise on American women who bear arms now. We can't even pay Facebook to promote our stuff. American women who, why? Well, because the Second Amendment doesn't make the left feel good. It makes them feel like they're going to get shot. People with guns are dangerous. They're going to shoot people. It doesn't make me feel good. Don't let them talk about guns. They hate guns. They hate firearms. They hate them. I don't know why they put a 30. We've never posted anything on that page that's false or incorrect or misleading. And if we did, so what? People aren't dumb. People have Google. People have Bing. People have DuckDuckGo. They can look this stuff up. They can find out the truth if they wonder if it's true. They don't need you to tell them, Facebook, that this is untrue when it probably isn't untrue. It's probably just that it triggered somebody. And you don't want to trigger anybody, do you? We don't want to trigger the leftists. Their feelings are so fragile. They might melt. We don't want to melt any snowflakes, do we? No. Of course we don't. Because we're good. We're righteous. We're better than you. 9:28. Oh, yeah, so Donald Trump. I fly sometimes. I can't. That's my job, right? I fly for you. I do. I fly for you. I know these are the things you want to say. These are the things you are thinking. I will say them. And you can too if you want to. 207, by the way, the phone number, the voice line, 207-441-69. One thing at a time. Voice line. 207-621-9759. 207-621-WSKW. Okay, and so you can say it too. You can say whatever you want, just keep it clean. I always keep it clean here. I don't care who I offend. I don't, and you shouldn't either. You know, if I offend you and you want to call me and say you offended me, tell me why, and maybe I'll be sorry. You know, I'm not saying it. When I start speaking my truth, what's true to me, more often than not, you probably agree with it if you're listening to this show on a regular basis. But I may say something you don't agree with sometime. I welcome the give and take. I really do. So Donald Trump is going to start a social media platform. How about this? Now, according to Jason Miller, who was on Fox News Media Buzz yesterday, he says, I do think we're going to see President Trump returning to social media in probably about 2 or 3 months with his own platform. And this is something that I think will be the hottest ticket in social media. It's going to completely redefine the game, and everybody is going to be waiting and watching to see exactly what the former president does. This new platform is going to be big, Miller said. He expects the former commander-in-chief, the most famous man in the world, like him or not, to draw tens of millions of people. Now, I will say this. This has the potential to be huge, huge. But despite the fact that Donald Trump is almost without argument, the most famous man in the world, like him or not, it's got to be a good product. I mean, you can draw them in with your fame. And both lovers and haters alike are going to be drawn to this. Well, I'm never going to go to Donald Trump. Oh, baloney. Baloney. Liar. You're a liar. You most certainly will go, if for nothing else, to check it out, to see what it is. You will. No question about that. Don't be untrue to yourself. But it's got to be good. I mean, it's going to have to be usable at launch. At launch. I mean, he may be given a little bit more time because he is Donald Trump. And they're going to figure, well, you know, this guy's got money, he's got vision, he knows social media. He's gonna get it all smoothed out, and because everything has hiccups when it begins. But if he does it right, he can completely upend Twitter and Facebook and maybe YouTube. I don't know if he's going to do video. I mean, if he does live video streaming, and this is a viable platform, a good platform, wow, I can see people abandoning YouTube post-haste, left and right, and getting on this popular, or at least adding Donald Trump's site to their YouTube channel. On Donald Trump's site, I can imagine you're less likely to get banned for free speech. And I will be the first to say, if Donald Trump bans speech he doesn't agree with, then he is a hypocrite. But I don't think he is. I really don't. I think he's much more fair than anybody on the left gives him credit for. So this could be good. Now, in February, BuzzFeed reported Donald Trump had discussions with Parler about joining them. And he was offered, I guess, a 40% ownership stake in Parler if it became his exclusive social media platform, but the contract wasn't signed. Trump is one of its star users. Not Parler, but Twitter. I don't know. Is Donald Trump even on Parler? I don't spend much time on Parler. I mean, we're streaming on Parler, but I really haven't looked around on Parler too much. I know it's there. I trust it. Dan Bongino's a part of it. Dan Bongino is going to replace Rush Limbaugh's time slot. Have you heard that? We'll get to that later. So anyway, despite Trump being one of its star users, Twitter permanently banned him in the wake of the riots. No, it wasn't an insurrection. It wasn't armed either. Lies. I mean, it's lies from your left-wing media. Lies. Okay. Somebody got a 90-day ban for just posting a still scene from American History 10 because of the swastika in the picture. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, censoring what Americans are allowed to see, and yet you can still buy, Hitler biographies on Amazon. None of this makes any sense. It's censorship. It's censorship in America is what it is. Good morning, Olga. And thank you for being in there. Right America Media. is one of our platforms on Facebook. And I hope you check them out. They offer a lot of great things during the day. We're also on my page, John, Jon James, American Women Who Bear Arms, Legacy 1160, and Freedom's Pep Rally. So we'll see what happens with Donald Trump's new social media platform. Jason Miller, who was on Media Matters or Media Buzz with Howard Kurtz, says Trump will continue campaigning for Republican candidates, suggesting that one endorsement could be announced today. Pay attention to Georgia, Miller said. Georgia, there's a big endorsement that's coming that's going to really shake things up in the political landscape in Georgia. It's big. It's coming. Well, yesterday he said tomorrow. So keep an eye on that. I'll keep an eye on that. You keep an eye on that. You hear anything, let me know. 207-621-9759. 207-441-6969. That is the text line. 207-441-6969. If you want to text us, more than happy to hear from you. Well, Biden's health is, well, I was going to say it's up for debate. It's really not up for debate. But now we seem to have confirmation from a doctor named Ronnie Jackson. Now, Ronnie Jackson, who is a representative for Texas 13 Congressional District, who previously served as a physician to former presidents, is questioning Biden's health after he slipped 3 times boarding Air Force One. Jackson shared his concerns about Biden's condition yesterday in a tweet. He said, quote, I served as the White House physician under 3 presidents. I've seen what it takes physically and mentally to do the job. I can tell you right now that the way Biden is hiding from the public is a major red flag. Something is not right. And I mean, that's nothing more than confirmation from a doctor. We all know that something isn't right. We have known it for some time that something isn't right. Lack of a press conference, lack of any sort of a State of the Union type address, lack of any visits to the southern border, not calling heads of state, rather Kamala, a.k.a. President Harris, as he referred to her this past week, has been calling the heads of state. Something fishy going on here. And although we don't know exactly what it is, I think we can rest assured it has a lot to do with the president's perceived and probable true incompetence. Back with more. I'm John James. It's 9:39.
Legacy 1160, WSKW.
With salt and sand from the road getting everywhere, Linux of Augusta has what you need to protect the inside of your vehicle. Stop in today and see the selection of WeatherTech mat, trunk liners, and accessories available for nearly any vehicle to protect those high-use areas. Or maybe you're thinking of installing a fiberglass truck cap. With Lear fiberglass truck caps, they offer a range of sizes that will boost both the value and the usefulness of your truck in all seasons. Call Linux of Augusta today at 582-0282 or stop by at 509 Main Avenue in Farmingdale.
Decorate with items from Townline Antiques this spring to invigorate your home and your spirit. Do you love classic decor? You'll find enchanting artwork, glassware, signs, and hundreds more items around every corner. Or maybe you enjoy collecting books, comics, coins, sports memorabilia, watches, or classic electronics. Townline Antiques has cool, rare, and one-of-a-kind items that you won't find anywhere else. There are now more booths and extra space, so come see what's new, like a huge selection of stuffed animals, sales, including an abundance of bears and bunnies just in time for Easter, and a new display of art glass that's absolutely dazzling. They're all expertly handcrafted into unique shapes and colors that are breathtakingly vivid. Trust me, you've just got to see them. And have you ever considered selling your items at Town Line Antiques? Well, there are now only 2 booth spaces left in this beautiful shop, so be sure to contact them as soon as possible. Town Line Antiques, open Tuesday through Sunday from 10 to 5 on Route 201, right on the Winslow-Vassalboro Town Line.
Hey folks, who's thinking about spring? Hi, this is Bernie from Trailside Performance. If you're taking on those tough chores around your property, come check out the #1 selling farm tractor in the world, Mahindra. Not only are Mahindra tractors tough, but they come with a 7-year warranty to back it up. With Mahindra, there's no regeneration, no diesel particulate filter, and no hassle. I personally invite you to our Winslow or Newport location to learn more about Mahindra and their awesome discounts and finance programs. At Trailside Performance, we service what we sell, and we sell Mahindra.
I'm CBS 13 meteorologist Lexi O'Connor. We'll have another sunny and warm day today. Highs will be in the 50s at the coast to low 60s inland. Sunny and warm again tomorrow. Low to mid 50s at the coast to low 60s inland. Mostly cloudy, low to mid 50s Wednesday with the chance for showers overnight into Thursday morning. Warm on Thursday with rain likely on Friday.
Good morning. Welcome back. 941. Freedom's Pep Rally brought to you by the Gun Shop on Coney Circle in Augusta. Sorry, I just distracted by something. Yeah, I know. I just was alerted that, yeah, the caption that appears with the video, and that's my fault. And it's an oversight. And what happens every time we go live from another location, I have to put in a different description. And that description stays until it is changed. So it says Saturday. It says Saturday, a quick hit or something like that. And that may be, people may be missing or not tuning in because they're seeing that and thinking, oh, that's old. But it's not old. It's just I don't know if I should. Maybe during the top of the hour news, I will just restart everything. With a new caption, because that's very frustrating. But this is the Monday show. Thank you for the heads up. My son actually texted me and told me that, and I appreciate that. So we'll either get that. I don't think we can fix it in real time, so I'm going to have to stop the video and restart it at 10 o'clock during the news break. So we'll do that, and that should take care of it. 9:43. This is Legacy 1160 WSKW. And we're just talking about Joe Biden's health. So, he fell up the stairs of Air Force One 3 times. And now, while it's sad, you can't help but shake your head, and a parody video of it, which was very funny, by the way, Sorry Not Sorry, was done by, I think, Donald Trump Jr. Yeah. Anyways, MSNBC national security analyst, and this is what a dangerous, horrible, terrible, stupid, shallow, juvenile, sophomoric, anybody else got more words here for me? Brainless outlet, propaganda outlet, MSNBC is. So what do they do? Well, did you know that making fun of Joe Biden falling up the stairs, did you know, now this, I didn't think of this, but that could cause people to attempt to assassinate the president. What? Who would even say that? Who would legitimize that besides MSNBC? Well, nobody, because there's news going on. You don't bring parody videos to light and make them seem bigger than life when there's crisis at the border. People are dying. Children are suffering. Americans are being overrun at the border. They ignore it. They ignore it. There's nothing on MSNBC about the border crisis, but they're talking about the assassination, the possible attempted assassination of the president because of a video Trump Jr. sent out. In fact, national security analyst Malcolm Nance warned SiriusXM host Dean Obeidallah that Donald Trump Jr.'s parody video mocking Joe Biden's fall on the stairs is dangerous and could encourage violence or even an assassination attempt against the president. Hell, excuse me? What? What is he even talking? Well, hey, it's MSNBC. So news, hard news, off the table. Forget about it. You aren't going to get news on MSNBC. You're going to get lies. You're going to get, you're not going to get a lot of stories like the border. In fact, let's go right now. I always like to do this in real time when we're live on the air. Let's just go see what MSNBC is talking about this morning. It's all anti-conservative. I guarantee you there's no news. Mayor Bottoms of Atlanta addresses sheriff's really bad day comment after Atlanta shooting. I'm sure there's racism all through that. Mehdi Hassan clashes with Representative Crenshaw on immigration policy. Again, an anti-conservative story. College students are falling in love with white supremacy. You cannot make this stuff up. Andrew Cuomo is the perfect example of why good guys are so dangerous. I mean, these people don't even pretend to be news anymore. So anyway, this is MSNBC. This mook, this Malcolm Nance, on Friday's edition of the Dean Obeidallah show, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, the host talked with Nance about the doctored parody video, which means it was for fun, that Don Jr. posted showing his father hitting golf balls and those balls knocking the current president down based on the clip of Biden's actual stumbles. It's a joke. Trump hitting the golf ball appearing to hit Biden in the head and Biden falling. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. Well, I don't think it's funny. Well, you don't have a sense of humor because you're a left-wing nutcase. You don't have a sense of humor. You have none. You have no ha-ha. You're going to die early because you are miserable. You are miserable. You are going to rot away from the inside out. And you're going to die young. And you're going to die angry. Guaranteed, because you don't laugh at anything. Oh, it's not funny. That's mean golf balls hitting Joe Biden in the head. It's not a joke. It's hilarious. I'm sorry. It's just hilarious. So here is the Dean Obeidallah show. Host talking with Nance about this video showing Donald Trump hitting golf balls, the balls hitting the current president in the head, knocking him down, based on that clip of Joe Biden actually falling down the stairs. And he... But this is that parody video. That's not funny. That's serious.
Trump Jr. did was cut a video together. Someone else did for him of Donald Trump hitting a golf ball, and then it cuts to Joe Biden and the ball hitting Biden in the head and knocking him down the stairs. And it's supposed to be a joke, but considering
Not
Donald
funny.
Trump is a man who incited a terrorist attack on our Capitol,
funny.
and violence is part of the right wing
Terrorist
now.
attack.
They're a fascist movement. in
Terrorist
my view.
attack on the Capitol.
Is that a joke? Or
Right,
is that
yeah,
dangerous
right.
when Donald Trump Jr. does that?
Okay, here
Well,
he is.
it's dangerous because what he does is he
Dangerous.
makes light of the potential of injuring people. Look, one of the things that I do is I monitor right-wing extremists'
It's a
internal
joke. Right-wing
communication.
extremist.
I watch
Listen
their
to this
chats. I
guy.
watch their Telegram
Oh,
channel
I watch.
and their parlor tweets, and
Oh,
go on the forums that they're very prevalent on. And some of the forums that they're prevalent on are gun forums.
oh,
And
no
let me tell you,
guns.
you want to see some seething hotbeds of violent, potential violence.
Oh, guns.
Some of these people have long-range shooting skills.
Ooh.
And this is the sort of thing that they would see that video, and it would turn into a discussion of whether they use .338 Lapua or whether they use 50 caliber BMG to get that shot.
Lapua? Lapua? Real well, maybe he knows. I call it Lapua, 338 Lapua. Anyway, so here he is. He jumps from a parody video of Trump hitting golf balls, a golf ball hitting Biden, knocking him down the stairs, which is funny. Funny. No, you know what is dangerous? You know what does encourage the assassination of the president? Something that you, people of your ilk, thought was funny? Kathy Griffin holding up the bloody severed head of the president. Now that could inspire violence against the president. Not a funny video of golf balls knocking Biden down, which him falling actually happened. And very cleverly, Donald Trump Jr. or somebody in his circle made the video. So shut up. Stop being disingenuous. You have no sense of humor. You have no vibe. You're on MSNBC. You have lost all your credibility just by going on MSNBC. Anybody on MSNBC has lost their credibility because on MSNBC, you've got people like Lion Brian Williams, Al Sharpton, Joy the raging racist Reed. What's her name? Tiffany Cross. Unbelievable. Got a lot coming up about guns, too. Mm-hmm. Some gun news. Some of it good, some of it not so good. We'll see what happens. We see who's in power now, though, don't we? We know how they feel about guns, don't we? They hate guns. Because guns are evil. Wasn't the video funny, Caroline? It sure was. It sure was. Laid him out. It did. I loved it. Oh, but now it's dangerous. Now you've got people out there with these 50 BMG, which are sniper rifles, and the 338 Lapua can shoot for a mile like sharpshooters, and that could encourage people to do something dangerous. Severed head of Donald Trump with Kathy Griffin, the unfunniest comedian I've ever. Well, it's sort of a toss-up now. Unfunniest comedian I've ever seen. No, that's okay. Oh, that was just a joke. But golf balls hitting Joe Biden. Well, that's dangerous. People are going to want to shoot him now. Really? Well, that's quite a jump. That's quite a jump, MSNBC, but propaganda media. What do you expect? What do you expect from the network of fools? Watched by fools. Believed by fools. Am I lying? No, I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Disagree with me? Well, then I'm telling you, you're wrong. I'm right. You're wrong. It's not an opinion. Don't call me with an opinion. Well, MSNBC is a great news network. I get all my news from there. No, you don't. They aren't a great news network. That's a fact. Don't argue with me on it. There is no argument there. None. I don't want to hear from you. You want to argue about CNN and MSNBC? You want to argue on their behalf? Forget about it. I'm right. You're wrong. Get over it. Live up. Understand it. Believe it. 9:55. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know that these networks are nothing more than, what, Fox News? No. I think Fox News has a lot more objective news reporting than either of those networks, both of those combined, and all the other alphabet networks, too, for that matter. Of course, that's why the left wants to ban, they want cable companies to ban Fox News and Newsmax and OAN. Got to ban them because we don't want two-sided speech in this country anymore. No, the leftist they don't like two-sided speech. They only want one opinion to matter, and that's theirs. If you agree with banning any news outlet, then you're, by definition, a socialist, a communist. And by the way, don't say, well, democratic socialism is different. No, it's not. It's not. Democratic socialism is socialism, which is communism. Communism light. It's a quick jump from socialism to communism. Quick jump. Huge jump from a democratic republic to a socialist republic, but a short jump from socialism to communism. But nobody sees the problem with that. We don't see any problem with that. Good grief. We've got 9:56. We've got a break. We'll be back after the news. I'm going to restart the video. So if you're watching on video right now, I've got to change the caption. We're going to restart it fresh. So please look for it and rejoin. I'm going to end it now, and we will be back. I'm John James.
Hi, this is Tony Esposito from Rockland Ford. This year has been crazy, and it has majorly affected the car market. Here's what you need to know. COVID has slowed down new car supplies to a trickle, and factories are still shutting down because parts aren't available. Now, what does that mean for you? That means that your used car has never been worth more. In fact, it might be worth more than what you paid for it. Rockland Ford wants to buy your car, and we are paying top dollar for everything, especially trucks. So swing by or give us a call because we are buying everything. Also, the redesigned 2021 F-150s are here, and they are easily the best F-150 I've ever seen. They have tons of new features and a great new look. You can lease one of these bad boys for as low as $379 a month. Don't forget to maximize your used vehicle's value by selling it to us. That's at Rockland Ford, home of the Rock Bottom Deal, Route 1 in Thomaston.
Lease for 36 months, 12,000 miles a year, $3,500 down with qualified credit.
What's important here at Moody's is we have a lot of opportunity for upward mobility.
Moody's definitely helped me through. They sent me to school. I got my degree in business. I had the demeanor and I had the willpower and the want.
Our trade is constantly changing and there's always new challenges that arise.
I definitely feel like an owner. It's very exciting.
When you like what you